Good Lord. Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Welcome to episode.
Why do you always do this with your fingers? Every time we talk, you do this. It's like you want your nails to touch each other. It's like they're missing each other from hand to hand, so you tap them together.
Maybe it's my form of stimming. I don't know.
Stimming. It's better than you singing your little hum. Oh, God. And it begins.
So
we're not doing eyebrows now. Stop it.
Episode 5?
Sure.
5. Yay, got the confirmation. It's 5.
Peanut gallery.
So what are we talking about today?
What you want to talk about communication. I want to tell you my road rage story, and then I want to tell you about my trip to Houston for an event with my son. And then I want to talk about something that was said to me last night that was pretty funny.
Which falls into communication.
It does.
Sort of.
Which one? The road rage?
All of them?
Well, you know, we got the one I want to really talk about that's funny about what my husband said to me yesterday is like more of like a mixing of personalities and goes along with the book that you're reading. And I feel like we could apply it to like management or how to get along in a diverse environment.
How to manage your husband.
Yeah. I don't even know how to do that.
Poorly.
Yeah. Poorly, right? Don't ask me. I don't know how to do that. All right, so communication, that was your thing.
Yeah.
Which part of communication? What irks you? Because I feel like that's where it came from. The list of demands, or the lack of communication, or the lack of responses.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you pretty much hit on all of them.
Okay. But I do.
Well, so we've talked about it before, right?
Which part?
Communication, where when you
I need your Venn diagram here so I can see the breakdown.
Sign up to attend a virtual conference, they over bombard you with emails, right? Over communication. I don't know.
Well, apparently you didn't get enough communication yesterday for your dentist appointment.
Yeah. I don't know. Usually they send an email 2 days prior, and they send a text message the day before for you to confirm it, and then that's it, right? So like you get 2 to 3 communications. I had nothing until 7 o'clock, 7:30.
My favorite is
yesterday morning.
You're gonna call at 8 when they open, and then you got a text like right before that. Your phone knew.
Yeah, it heard us talking.
The universe heard.
It heard us talking. It was like, oh shit, we should probably let this text go through.
I think the best part about it was that you were 30 minutes off on your appointment time.
I mean, I was close. I said 9:30. It was at 9, and then I got there early, so I got seen early. It worked out.
That's nice. That never happens at the dentist office. I'm always sitting there waiting.
Yeah, last time it was like an hour past my appointment time, but whatever.
Yeah, my hygienist.
So communication.
Okay, cool. So that was a good communication. Thank you, phone, for reminding her she had a dentist appointment.
So there's always that line of over communication, under communicating, fine line, answering an email in a timely fashion, forgetting about it for 3 weeks and being like, oh crap, I should probably respond to this.
Which is funny because you get peeved when people don't respond in the time frame you want them to respond, and then you forget something in 3 weeks.
No, not me. That was not an example from me. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
In general?
Yeah.
I'm the 3 week person. Oh, did y'all need that? I flagged it and then I unchecked it. I don't know why I even use flags. They don't do nothing for me besides stay in my inbox.
Yeah, and then you get irritated with them and unflag them so they go away.
Yes, I file them and then I forget about them, yeah. Hey, did you see that email? No. And I search. Oh, yeah, that one.
Are you sure I was CC'd? Was that the right email address?
Don't you remember? That's my favorite part. Do you need something from me? Do I owe you something? I don't remember anything. I clearly should write shit down. I'm the best manager ever. Said no one.
Yeah. I mean, not because of your managing skills.
It's only because I make y'all laugh. That's it. I just create a fun...
Your communication skills are on point, though.
At least I come back and I'm like, what do I owe you?
There is something.
I know I owe you something.
Yeah.
I at least remember that part.
It's like you assign projects and then you forget, so then we don't have to work on them.
Yeah. I actually fear the day that someone asks y'all to review me. Because I haven't gotten that yet.
5 stars. 10/10 would return.
Oh, God.
Be like that restaurant review I sent you.
Oh, my. That was awesome.
So, I just feel as a manager, as a person, in a relationship. Yeah, just like you should understand your style of communication, right? And it falls in like with the book that I'm reading, which goes into...
He's already got his head down.
He's been like that since we started.
He's already been drinking. How many Bloody Marys did you have?
It falls into the book I'm reading, Surrounded by Idiots, by Thomas Erickson. It's a really good book so far. But it identifies people.
I think it's interesting they use colors instead of... Because it's based off the DISC personality test, right?
Yes. But it's more easily understood, right? Mm-hmm. You can identify it better.
Because not everybody's a psychologist.
No, exactly. So it's just, identifying your communication type and what type of person you are and being aware of the different styles of communication that you have.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm trying to not fidget because you always yell at me.
Okay, yellow.
Is that really what I am? Oh, tell me, what am I?
Oh, no.
What is yellow? Define yellow.
Let's see.
I like yellow. It's my son's favorite color. I was really hoping for green. Green means go. Green means awesome. Green means woohoo, money. No.
Well, you're not a true yellow, okay? Everybody's a little bit of mix of something. I was just calling you yellow because you were fidgeting. So what yellows tend to do is once they get bored of talking is you find them doing something else.
When do I get bored of talking?
Or what somebody else is saying. When
they're
not listening to themselves talk and they have to listen to somebody else talk, they start doing something else.
Oh my God.
Because they're disinterested because the spotlight's not on them.
Okay, no, the spotlight is not my problem, but I do, for the love of God, I hope my husband does not listen to this.
So the positives of a yellow: be talkative, enthusiastic, persuasive, creative, optimistic, spontaneous, expressive, full of vitality, self-centered, sensitive,
That's
adaptable, inspiring, needs attention, encouraging, communicative, flexible, open, imaginative, easygoing.
I feel like I fall into everything except for the positive part. I'm more of a negative Nancy.
But everybody's a mix, right?
Okay, so what are you? Let's hear what you are. You are not flexible, so you're not a yellow.
Well, that's not like the entire, but yellows are okay with change,
For the most part, I am.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Ask me 10 years ago.
Well, I'm not a red.
That red seems angry. I feel like they should use a different color.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a relative equal mix of everything because reds are aggressive and strong-willed, but I'm not really like goal-oriented.
That's a lie. You are goal-oriented.
Or results-oriented, or a timekeeper. Let's see. Greens are patient, relaxed, self-controlled, reliable, loyal, understanding. Generally, most people are green. They have stronger green traits. Most of the population could be classified as green, but not true greens because nobody is a true anything.
Okay.
Let's see. Blues are systematic, distant, correct, objective, analytical, fact seekers, scrutinizers, logical, questioning, meticulous, reserved. Yeah.
We have
but these are just the positive sides. I mean, I'm in the part where they start getting into the negatives, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do that.
I don't want to know.
Wait, I do that too.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It's really good. Well, you're going to read it anyways.
I know. You're
so
right.
it's fine. But I really feel like everybody should at least be aware of their communication style, right? Because, I feel like my husband would be classified as a red because he's quick, and if he asks you a question and he doesn't get like a direct, precise answer, you've already lost him, right? Like, hey, how was work today? Oh, it was good. I did this. No, he's already done listening.
That's every man.
But if I say...
That is every man. That is not just your husband. Fair. That is men in general.
And it addresses things like that where some things are more of a personality trait based on gender, whatever gender the person identifies as, I guess. But if I were to just be like, oh, it was good, and that's it. He's good. He's satisfied. He's happy. But if I said, oh, it wasn't good, if he didn't ask a follow-up question,
you don't want to know.
He don't know.
Yeah, don't elaborate. He's tuned you out. Yeah, that's every male.
So that's not true. I have male friends that are, they actually care.
I have male friends that care too. And I have, and my favorite part is my husband says that
Quit picking at your nails.
I'm sorry. It's a fidget thing. Keeps me entertained while I'm trying to talk to you and be entertained. He always says he's able to communicate with women because he grew up so much around women, which I agree. He is very humble and he has an emotional side to him. But he's a true male when he asks me how things are going and I answer. And in this day and age with technology, if you have a phone in your hand, fuck it, don't even ask me a question.
Yeah.
Because you ain't listening to me. Yeah. So to branch off that, so let's throw that into the
Here we
work.
go, guys.
Let's throw that into the work world.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we're getting there.
Okay.
So we're rewatching Yellowstone because season 4 is not coming out till November now. Yeah. So I forgot how long the fucking episodes are. Mm-hmm. So we get through episode 1. Actually, I think we're only like a quarter of a way through. Now maybe a little longer because we get introduced to Jimmy. Jimmy is by far our favorite. He's an idiot. But we like Jimmy. And our favorite is Rip. And when you watch Rip, I love Rip. I always feel like, based on the stories I hear, especially in the golf industry, how they communicate with each other, that my husband can fall in line with how Rip's mentality is, minus the killing of people. Remove that from the scenario. But he's direct. You call someone an idiot, you're going to call him a fucking idiot. Like, that's how it's going to work. So I don't remember the scene. I think it was when they were putting the dynamite on the cliff to reroute the water or whatever. And he told Jimmy, quit looking at the fucking fish or some shit like that. Right? So we're watching this and I'm paying attention to, and next thing I know, my husband looks at me and he's like, I feel like this is you. I feel like you're Rip at work. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, no, I feel like this is how I feel like you communicate with your coworkers and your staff. And I'm like, I don't walk into people's offices and be like, you're a fucking idiot. Stop doing that. Come down here. I might do it in a more polite way and be like, no, that's just stupid. No. But no, I don't curse at my staff. I might curse in general.
With them.
He's like, I feel like if someone came into your office and they're doing something, you'd be like, fucking grow a pair, stop whining and crying, and get out my door and fix the problem. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, the stories you tell me. I was like, no. You exaggerate stories in general. So I don't ever say anything directly like what you're thinking. Well, then the stories, that's a whole nother ballgame. We're going to talk about that later, but he and I are, not this pod. Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, then I'm, questioning everything about how I communicate with people at work. And I'm like, am I really Rip? Am I really that much of a fucking asshole? Or is it just in my head that I'm a Rip? The stuff that's in my head that I'm thinking that doesn't come out my mouth. And I'm like, I could see that. Yeah. But I don't think I've blatantly walked up to someone that I work with and been like, you're a fucking idiot. Stop doing that. Come over here. Let's go do this.
Maybe not in so many words.
Exactly. Well, not in those words.
I feel like you've definitely called me an idiot. But only because I was doing something idiotic.
And
you're like,
it's more.
Why are you doing it like that? Wouldn't it be so much easier to do it like this? Well, and then your face says, you're a fucking idiot.
Exactly. And that's the point I was going to get at was the fact that I don't have to say the words and I realize it's written all over my face. And I'm like, good Lord. That's why I even have the sign that says I can't help what my face does when you talk. Or the shirt I have that if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. I'm fully aware that I can't hide anything. So when I get to this whole communication thing and the person that I am, like, I feel like there's no level of guessing you should already know because I don't know how to hide it. I'm not sure I could ever work in a different environment because I would probably be an HR nightmare.
Yeah, right?
But not really.
And I constantly have to tell people, like, please don't report us to HR.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing terrible that we do. We're not mean to people. We
don't
just
haze them.
have a lot of sarcasm and bluntness.
It's all in good fun. Yeah, but see, I feel like that's what would classify you as a red also. Like, you are a red and a yellow. You're an orange.
I'll take it.
Because you are blunt.
But I don't think I'm aggressive.
You're aggressive in your own way.
What is this? The tapping of the nails is what I'm always like. This is when you tap your nails, it's like you're ready to say something, but you're like, how do I say this so I don't offend somebody?
So when
Yeah, exactly. Tap, tap. They can't hear it, but I'm watching this tap, tap.
When most people would describe you as intimidating,
Okay, see, that's the part I don't get. But I get
that
it.
would fall under the aggressive category
All right,
because
all right.
intimidation implies aggression.
I'm gonna need us to start. Is it because my face looks a certain way? Like when
Yeah.
you're talking, it's just like a blank stare, and
Yeah,
so that's
'cause you don't
intimidating.
smile.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, there's one. Yeah, you're not approachable.
What the? I so
You're not approachable. You're not. If I saw you at a bar, out in public, I'd be like, oh, she's got really cool hair. Not gonna talk to her though. She looks like a bitch. Like,
I'll take it. When I'm at a bar and out in public, I don't want to talk to people anyway.
but you know what? I'm just like, you know what I mean. Like if we were at a conference somewhere and you were attending and I was attending, I'd be like, oh look, like she looks like a cool person.
Yeah, I'm a people
talk to
watcher.
her.
But I don't know how to fix my face so as a people watcher that I don't show everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
How to fix my. Hey, but you know what? This is why my husband says my RBF is strong and that I'm gonna have good complexion till I die.
Yeah, except you raise your eyebrows a lot, so you're gonna have wrinkles.
I mean, I already have the. Yeah, I mean, look at my Bitmoji. It's got tons of wrinkles on the forehead.
Or Bitmoji.
I'm very accurate. Yeah, very accurate.
No hashtag no filter.
Yeah, yeah, ever. Okay, so
Anyway, I think
going
To
with my
be-
communication, I'm clearly an open book. No, yeah, I wear all my emotions on my sleeves. You know it. You should know where you stand every time you communicate with me. Text is harder because I communicate better via text because I try really hard to word things that are more pleasant than how I truly feel. Yeah, so which has come up a lot. Like people have told me, you say such nicer things in your text than you do when we actually converse.
Right, yeah, because I can edit it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because I don't want to quite ruin your day, I'm gonna wait till you get around me so I can ruin it for you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so communication is
I think in order to be a good manager,
tap tap.
yeah, haha, see?
Tappy tap.
I feel like in order to be a good manager, to have good communication with people, to be able to run teams, you have to be aware of your communication style.
Absolutely.
And then it also helps to be aware of the other person's communication style. You know, like if I was a straight up red and I'd be like cut and dry about everything, like, oh, you want an honest answer? I will give it to you. And the other person is a yellow and they might be a little bit more sensitive to it and get offended. You know, you have to be aware of how you're going to come off to people. You can't control how somebody responds to what you say, but you can at least be aware.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I am aware of a lot of things, but sometimes I don't care what the response is.
And that's a red trait. Reds don't. Yeah, give a shit. Reds
Go
are
ahead
the
and say it.
Reds are the honey
Reds don't-
badgers.
Just say
Reds
it.
are the honey
Reds
badgers.
don't give a fuck. Yeah, they're
Reds are the
like
honey
they're gonna
badgers.
bulldoze everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically,
Everybody should read this book, Surrounded by Idiots. It's not sponsored. It's by Tom Erickson.
not
but-
sponsored though.
Not sponsored. But
wish it
y'all
was.
should read it.
Maybe I'd be a
It's a good
millionaire by
book.
now.
Good book.
All right, so communication, mixing of personalities and management. So let's branch off communication. I'm going to talk about a non-work related topic because road rage is a real thing.
Oh.
So when we left lunch yesterday, and you were on the phone.
Hands free.
Yes, that is true. So I was trying to make a right turn onto the road, because it's one way. Well, this Suburban coming down the road had their blinker on, but they passed one turn. So I assumed that they were slowing down to turn where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started to edge out. The guy honked his horn at me because not only did he not turn where I was, he kept his blinker on and rode past 3 other entrances to other areas before he turned. And I'm like, why the fuck you turn your blinker on so early?
Yeah. That's far too early.
Yeah, so when I pulled out, he literally slowed down right before he turned, before I got to the light, rolled down his window and was like, and I was like, I can't read your lips, dude. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but I'm sure it's not nice because you're very animated. And my child's in the back going, why is that guy yelling at you? I'm like, I don't know, probably because I was going to pull out because the moron had his fucking blinker on and he waited like another mile before he actually turned. So then I text you and I'm like, did you not see that? No, you didn't. You're on the phone. Hands free, but on the phone, not paying attention. But I've had a lot of situations like that happen more recently. Mm-hmm. Dealing with people in general in their cars and road rage. I look at people and I'm like, well, that's funny. You're just stupid. And then I'm like, if I think back of all the times that I've actually been irritated by people on the road, I flipped somebody off the other day with my child in the car. I was like,
I'm not privy to any of this behavior. I have no clue what you're talking about.
yeah. Miss Road Rage. Yeah, you want to give us some tidbits on how to control your road rage? Anyway, so basically
Anger management classes.
That's basically what I was going to get at. Was how do one, I'm going to apply this to our communication thing. How do you control that anger when people get under your skin? Thankfully, we have computer screens and emails and everything, and we can, like, you know, shut our doors and yell or go complain to a coworker before it elevates or before you respond. Take a break and respond. But how do you handle that?
Mindful breathing.
Mindful breathing. Mm-hmm. You sit on your floor pillow and do that? Or is your floor pillow just a back pillow at this point?
Oh, right now I'm feeling old. It's a back pillow right now. Yeah, it's... So the way that I have been controlling it is mindful breathing, and 2, knowing that you cannot control the other person's actions, and they're going to be however they're going to be. So you gotta let it go. If you can't control it, let it go. You know, some people say, like, oh, give it to God, give it to Jesus, you know, whatever. Give it to somebody else.
I feel like it's just passing on the irritation.
Yes. However, you're passing on to somebody who's, like, there or not there, depending on your faith. You know, giving it to somebody else because you cannot control it. You can't control it. All you can do is keep you and your family safe and not swerve out of the lane if somebody comes into it and just letting them hit you. Because if you swerve out of the lane and your car gets damaged, nobody else is at fault except yourself. Explained to me by a police officer. So you just let them hit you. You just let them run you over.
And then they pay for it.
And then they pay for it.
Yeah, but what if I don't want the trauma? The mental trauma.
Make them pay for therapy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's really, really hard because obviously there's been an influx of people in this town. And a lot of them have never been outside of their homes, you know, away from their families.
Or people are just now getting out after being in a year of seclusion.
So it's a combination. And this whole, like, oh, everybody be kind to one another, like, give some leniency. That's not a thing. That's not a thing people have. People have gone an entire year without their emotions being in check.
True that.
Because they haven't had to be around other people, and they haven't had to keep their emotions and their feelings and their attitudes in check.
They've been able to hide behind computers and screens and masks.
Trolls.
Yeah. I feel like I should wear a mask all the time because my eyes don't say a whole lot. It's my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't be walking around mouthing, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because you're not wearing a mask anymore. So, yeah, you totally could. And I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, so when you get those emails that obviously, or even a phone call, there's a lot of times where, like, someone will call. You can use a specific client in particular. When, you know, you're talking to them about a said caterer no longer wanting to work in said facility. Not because you did anything about it, but because they opted to not even cater, really, anymore. But yet trying to explain to a client for 20 minutes without getting angry at them that they're just not understanding that I don't give a shit if you try, but don't get upset if they say no.
Yeah.
How in the fuck do you... I mean, like, this phone conversation, it's a lot easier in email because I can reword things. Like, and if you know me well enough and you read my emails, you can pretty much tell when I'm being a bitch without coming right out and being a bitch. Yeah. Got to read through the fine print. Or read the fine print. Yeah, like the whole phone conversation. Try to keep my cool. I don't care. You can try. I don't care. You can try. 10 minutes later, again, if you want to, I don't care. Like, when does it get to a point when the client just has to, okay, I have to make a decision. Stop using other people as a crutch. That's when I get angry. I don't do the whole hand-holding. We've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. I don't do the hand-holding. Or the people who respond to an email and don't read the email below. Or the attachments you send. How do you respond politely? How do you respond politely?
With bolded text and highlighting.
And please see below. Please reread below. I'm going to reiterate what I said below.
Yeah.
But if
per my previous email.
Yeah. And if you are one of those people that gets a lot of those emails, at some point you have to look at yourself and go, what does this really mean? This means, fuck you, reread it, stop being stupid. Basically.
Oh, because they might be a yellow. And so then they don't read the fine print because they read 3 sentences into your email and got bored and started doing something else and then came back to it and was like, oh, I need to respond to this.
Yeah. They're the floaters in life.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Bullet points. Demand lists.
Demand lists. God.
They're not really.
Be like, half of this shit don't even apply. Okay? Half of this shit doesn't even apply. We don't handle this.
Yeah, but there are some facilities that do. There are some facilities that's an all-in-one, which is what I would love, except I can't do an all-in-one. It would be awesome if we did. But, yeah. So, really, communication, and like I said, my road rage story, the anger, keep the anger at bay. Let's branch on to something fun.
Okay.
All right, so...
Your happy story.
My happy story. Which one?
No.
I have a few. No.
Where were you going?
I have 2 happy stories.
We did.
Let's talk. Well, okay, let's talk my first customer service experience this morning. It was fast. Dutch Brothers. Love Dutch Brothers. Win again. Not a negative experience. No lady being mean. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm so tired. I get to the window to get my drink. And there's a guy at the window. We don't see them very often. Usually it's the females. The guys are inside working. But he started talking to me, asked me how my morning was. And as soon as he asked me, he could tell. He's like, are you tired? And I'm like, yes, I'm exhausted. I'm yawning. But as soon as he looked at me, I looked at him. Yeah, I immediately started crushing. He was a cute kid, cute smile. And I was like, he goes, where do you work? He started talking to me and I was like, have you been over there before? He goes, yeah, when I was a freshman, I went one time. And I was like, you should come back.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Or you were trying to poach him?
Yeah, a little bit. Cute kid, cute smile. And then I started looking at him, and then when I drove off, I was like, you look like one of my ex-boyfriends. Probably not a wise choice. Are you related somehow?
Are you his kid?
Are you his kid? Yeah, God, I hope you're not his kid.
Little brother?
Yeah, could be cousin. Same, yeah.
Same jawline.
Jawline, cheekbones, smile, everything. And I was like,
oh, calm down, ma'am.
I know. He was so sweet. Yeah. So that was I had a good customer service. That was a good experience this morning. That was a great experience.
He
even leaned out the
on
window
the barista.
and he was like, how's your day? And I was like, you want to get in the car and ride with me to work? Yeah. I crushed on the barista a little bit. I'm not going to deny it. Not going to deny it.
That's awesome.
He was so cute. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so good customer service. Thank you, Dutch Brothers, per usual.
I don't think that's good customer service.
It was. He was very polite. Very polite. Like, yeah. And the girl even that took my order, she's like, oh, I love your hair. I wish I could do that. I was like, why don't you? You're dying. You're dying. I'm glad you're not drinking. Yeah. He was so cute.
Oh, it's the best.
So sweet. He made my morning.
You should have got a selfie with him.
I wanted to. And I was like, that would be awkward. How do I explain that to my husband? Why do you have a picture on your phone with another dude? Yeah. Okay.
My new best friend.
My new best friend. Yeah. I mean, he didn't have to do anything, but he talked to me. And he smiled, and I was like, this is nice. I'm tired, and it's early. Yeah, okay, so speaking of good customer service. All right, so you sent me this link, I don't know, 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
For this thing called Candytopia in Houston.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Candytopia in Houston. All right, so I didn't even have to look that hard. I looked at a couple of the pictures and like, oh yeah, I'm just buying tickets. So.
And the tickets were inexpensive. Yeah,
it was like roughly about $20 for my son and $22 or something for me. So it ended up being like $55 or something dollars. Anyway, totally worth it. I had a hard time finding it at first because apparently the GPS in my car is not as smart as the GPS in fucking my phone and the Google. Which is, anyway, other story. All right, so Candytopia is basically an art installation. It's an interactive sensory art installation, and I couldn't really tell. I mean, it looked temporary, but it also looked like it could have been permanent, like it's going to be there for a long time. But I don't know. Anyway, so you buy online, which is great. You go show up, and their capacity is 49 people per group. I would recommend that if you don't like once you get past the first 2 areas, then it opens up and you can walk and stay away from people if you want to. But if you still are, COVID sensitive or concerned about that kind of stuff, I would recommend a mask and take hand sanitizer. And definitely take a plastic bag with you to put candy in.
Yeah. Most women carry purses.
No, I had No, I didn't. I had my pockets, yeah. Well, I didn't.
So they didn't give you a bag?
No.
Okay. Because at the Color Factory, they give you a little bag.
Yeah, they didn't give you a bag. But I wish they would have. I don't know why they didn't, other than the fact that, I don't know, maybe it's not something they thought about. Maybe not everybody wants to dig into the big open bins of candy that you get throughout.
That's fair.
But
why not?
All the employees they weren't mandating employees wear masks, but several of them did wear masks. Several of them did not. It was definitely very fun because they tried to do like a whole Willy Wonka idea.
Well, yeah, Candytopia.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. But there's hand sanitizers. They had somebody going behind each group that was sanitizing everything. There's only one section that I'm curious how they sanitize it, but I'm not going to give it away.
The pit.
The what?
The pit.
Oh, yeah. Did I already tell you about that?
No, there's a picture of it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how they sanitize that.
Well, okay. Again, it was the same thing at the Color Factory. They had a ball pit.
Yeah.
But they had small, like, little portable sanitizing things that sprayed over everything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. But by that point, I was so
candy high,
sensory overloaded that I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. I was not ready for that part. But yeah, so like the experience was a lot of fun. You could spend pretty much as long as you want in there. I mean, they kept the groups moving, but it took us about an hour. And then at the end of it, they had a candy store, which was fun. And I was like, oh, a T-shirt that had a unicorn pooping out candy on it. And I was like, oh, I want to buy this, but not for $26. So anyway,
rude.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun, and they were really nice, and people in the groups were really nice. And I saw one lady was Ziploc bagging. I was talking to Keegan. I was like, oh man, she's smart. She brought it back. She's like, yeah, we were here Friday.
Nice.
And I was like, well.
Okay. And you went on a Monday.
I went on a Monday. And they sell tickets in groups, in so many per group, and you select a time when you want to go. And I think they rotate groups every half hour, because you go into the welcome area, they tell you the story, then they have the MC guy that's like telling you stuff and trying to get you pumped up, ready to go, and then you go into the next phase, and then there's someone in there talking with you and then they let you go in through the rest of it. So I would say probably every 30 minutes they rotate groups, and it's like I said, it's like 49 people per group. But even then, in our group, I think there was probably only like 30.
I wonder how it's going to work, because I'm going on a Saturday. I wonder how busy it's going to be.
Well, but since they only allow so many per group, I can't imagine it's going to be terrible. They don't let more than the capacity go through.
Yeah.
But
well, it sounds super fun. You're welcome.
Yes. I did say thank you more than once. My child did not.
Yeah.
So spoiled.
Just going to keep reminding you. I find all this cool
I know
stuff.
you do, because I don't like going to Houston. I hate the fucking traffic. But this one was actually really easy to get to.
It's right off the Katy Freeway.
It is.
Toll Road.
Yes. And it's in a nice little neighborhood, and it's like basically like a shopping area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The parking garage was free. I was shocked.
Really? See, that's why I was like, you have to tell me where to park.
Yeah. So it's like 2 blocks away. There's a parking garage near it. You park on the 3rd level or higher, and it's free.
Cool.
I mean, there was pay stations, but I think those were for the reserved spots. Well, the thing said if you're public parking, go up to the 3rd and 4th floors. But this whole 2nd floor was reserved for one of the fitness centers. And those are the people I think that had to pay. And the 1st floor was reserved for the business.
Right on.
But yeah, it was like 2 blocks walk over. And then the only downside is it's hot. It's Texas. They only had 2 umbrellas outside for the line before they let you go in. Mm-hmm. So it really only covered like maybe 8 people. And then you have the line that curves around. So,
so get there before your scheduled time.
Yeah. So my time was at 11, and we got there at like 10 till, but then I couldn't figure out where it was because, like I said, the GPS in my fucking car sucked. So then I turned it on my phone, and then we found it, and then the parking garage, and then walking. So we ultimately were like 15 minutes late. But we didn't stand in line for very long. But stupid lady behind me. Some lady was there with her grandkids and I think her daughter. I mean, I get people are not as concerned about COVID anymore, but I am still, in general, even without COVID, get out of my personal bubble. Like, even at grocery stores.
No, then you say something.
Well, yeah.
Bitch, back the fuck up.
Well, she kept trying to inch it. Well, come over here, son. Like, let's get in the shade. And I'm like, there are only 2 umbrellas. We cannot go nowhere. And all it is this little small square before you go in. And they're checking tickets and everything. And I was like, lady. So I kept, like, stepping in front of her to keep her away from a child.
Yeah.
And then they also have a thing that you scan that you can do their pictures inside. So they, like, have an instant picture.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
QR
you
code.
sign
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really simple. QR code. You attach it to your email. They have four areas that they do your photos with them. And then they encourage you, obviously, to take photos throughout the whole thing.
And tag them.
Yeah. I haven't. I will post photos later.
Just post them. I won't look at them.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just
It's ridiculous.
Well, but he had a great time. He had a lot of fun.
Well, then you should post them.
But I will tell you, my art degree. So we're going
your liberal arts
my
degree.
liberal arts degree in my studio art. Yeah. Yeah, we're going through it, and I told Keegan, I was like, man, I miss this. And he was like, what? I was like, I miss doing art. I was like, I don't do it no more.
You should do art.
I should do art, but
Why don't you?
My art is my nails, and I destroy my fingers, so maybe I should lay off that art. Anyway.
You could do art installations with fake nails that you make.
I could. That would be fun. Make pictures with nails instead of candy.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic experience. He and I had a great time. I would definitely pay to go again, even though I already know what's going to happen and everything. But the people that were working there, they had plenty of people. They had, I think, 2 people per an area the whole time. There was 1 person dedicated to the photo area. And they definitely controlled the chaos. But there is one thing I'm going to share with you because it was absolutely fucking hilarious because I was surprised by it. So we're towards the second to last area, and we walk in, and I see confetti everywhere, right? So I walk around the corner, and there's these 2 pigs. One that's facing towards the other people and one that's like at an angle, and it's like facing the wall. So when you walk in, that's the first pig face you see. So Keegan and I walk around the corner. Next thing I know, I see the pig facing the wall. It's shooting confetti out its ass towards the other pig. And I took a video of it, and I sent it to Tanner, and he sends me on Snapchat, and he sends me a thing back, and he goes, I was not expecting that.
Like, yeah, you should have come with us.
Oh, man. Well, because I had been sending him photos of just Keegan and I throughout the exhibit, and then all of a sudden he gets one of a pig shooting confetti out its ass to another pig. I died. I started laughing so hard, and he goes, Mom, why is that so funny? I was like, it's confetti. But it's basically like...
It's diarrhea.
Yes.
It's diarrhea confetti.
I'm trying to explain that to him.
That's awesome.
That was
I'm super excited. Mm-hmm. I'm super excited to go. The other one I want to go to is FOMO in the Galleria.
What is that one?
It's like a Instagram installation in the Galleria where it's got all these like photo op opportunities, but it's like nostalgia.
Oh, cool.
Going through.
Yeah.
It's your fear of missing out. Yeah. And so they've got all different sorts of stations set up.
It'd be fun to do with that, since you say it's nostalgia. TJ Maxx, I think it was. They sell Polaroid cameras.
I have a Polaroid camera.
That's right, you do. You should take it with you.
Like one that we have here at...
No. I'm talking like the legit original.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have an old one, but you can't ever find film for it.
They have film.
Yes. For the new ones. Not for the super old ones. Like an actual vintage camera.
That's what they look like, is the vintage
That's
one.
what they look like. But they don't take the same film.
Well, that's ridiculous.
As the super old ones.
I'm going to need Polaroid to get their shit together. Well, that would be fun to take there. But that sounds like fun. Yeah. And I've been looking at the what is it? The Miami thing. That
Womanish?
Yes. They've been posting stuff all over Instagram.
I know.
I'm so jealous. This shit looks fun. But... yeah, so...
It's just like $97 to fly to Chicago in August, I'm just saying.
Hey, well, shit, if you're going to Nashville or Tennessee, they're paying for people to come visit.
Yeah.
Boost tourism. I'm going to need every state to get on that. Get like a $240 reimbursement if you go to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just Nashville. Anyway, yes, Candytopia was fabulous. Lots of bright colors. I was in heaven. I was wearing all black. So all the bright colors stood out. Yeah, and my son absolutely loved it. And then thanks to you, we went and ate at the Flying Biscuit afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd never been there. Food was good. The guy was funny.
It's a good place to eat.
Yeah, it was really good. So we went for lunch, so there really wasn't hardly anyone there. And he got a giant-sized Texas-shaped waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I recommend it. Definitely worth it. It wasn't too long to wait outside. We waited maybe 5 minutes.
After being 15 minutes late.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 15 minutes late. So I think they sell tickets every 30 minutes is what I gathered. Yeah. But it's definitely worth it. Lots of candy. And the candy store afterwards was not terribly expensive. You had 2 different size bags. The small one was $6.99. The larger one was $12.99. You could fill it with whatever you wanted.
And it's like the old school candy shop.
Oh my gosh, yes. And they had the packets of candy cigarettes. And I told Keegan, I was like, Keegan, these are the bomb. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, buddy, these are like, Mom loves these. I used to have these all the time when I used to go visit my dad's family in Kansas, these candy cigarettes. And he's like, well, what is it? I was like, it's fake cigarettes in a candy stick. It tastes like the
sugar stick.
Yes.
The Fun Dip stick.
The Fun Dip sticks. That's exactly what I told him. I was like, haven't you ever had Fun Dip? And he was like, no. And I was like, yes, you have. The packet of basically
Kool-Aid.
Pixie stick in a packet where you dip the thing. And he's like, oh, yeah, I've had that before. Oh, that's another thing. Trying to watch him eat a Pixie stick. I said, child, we need to teach you. He didn't rip the top off and dump it. He literally split it down the long way and tried to like lick it out. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So basically, it was
He was going to mainline the Pixie stick.
Yeah, he basically did. Yeah. But he didn't do it with his nose. But yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it wrong. So, anywho, yes, Candytopia, definitely worth it. I highly recommend. Thank you for the information and for sharing. And I'm excited to hear what Cameron thinks. They had an aquatic section too, and he's gonna love it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah. All right. So
It's so fluffy.
that's exactly what, because there was a lot of unicorns. And I was like, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is it any more else? Any more else?
Anything? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I shared my crush story and my personality. My husband thinks I'm an aggressive person.
He's not wrong. But so am I. But we know I'm aggressive.
I mean,
am
I'm
outwardly
aggressive when I get irritated, which is like 90% of the time.
But you're also aggressive in getting the things that you know, like in doing the things that you know need to be done.
Yeah.
You're also aggressive, so like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine.
It's fine, ma'am.
It's fine, ma'am. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for our sort of events, real talk,
Yeah, who the fuck knows? Life.
sort of work-oriented.
Yeah, I think we just need to start branching into life. I got lots of life stories.
I mean, I feel like it all relates.
It can all relate.
You can literally tie just about anything into work in the event industry.
Sure. You have road rage story on your way into work, or you have a shitty experience with customer service on your way into work. You can relate it all.
I think the common denominator is work. So maybe like if you didn't work, those things wouldn't happen to you.
No, I just wouldn't have a platform to share it on. They would still happen, but who the hell would I talk to? The wall?
Your phone.
Myself.
Anchor.
Yeah, my phone would talk back apparently because it listens all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
We hope you were entertained. I was thoroughly entertained.
Do not snort pixie sticks. You dang
Don't crush on the baristas.
Gen Z's. What? You can crush on baristas. You see them once. I've never seen him before. Or probably
Now he's
will
going to be
again.
there all the time.
Yeah, now I'm going to see him every time I go. I got to stop going to Dutch Brothers. Pick a new location.
No, don't. It's the best one.
Mm-hmm. It truly is. Although I don't know, that one over on the other side of town by you is actually really good. And they're building that other one on Southwest Parkway.
Jesus.
Yeah, right in front of TrueFit. And it's like a massive drive-through like the one over at Boonville. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. So until next time, we have no idea what we're talking about next time.
Nope.
Good thing we sort of remembered this one today.
I remembered.
At like 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Still remembered.
Okay, peace out.
Bye.